First mean value theorem is Rolle's mean value theorem. Its statement is, if a function f of x defined on closed interval a to b is continuous on closed interval a to b, derivable on closed interval a to b, and f of a equal to f of b, that is, values of f of x at endpoints of the given interval are equal. If these three conditions satisfied, then conclusion of Rolle's theorem is there exists at least one point C in open interval a to b such that f dash c is 0. That is, there exists at least one point C in open interval a to b at which derivative of f of x is 0. Now, given that f of x is a continuous function on closed interval a to b, therefore, by property of continuous function, we have studied three properties of continuous function. Second property is, if function is continuous on closed interval a to b, then f of x attains its bounds on closed interval a to b. That is, f of x attains its supremum and infimum on closed interval a to b. That is, there exist 2 points C and D in closed interval a to b such that f of c is equal to capital M, that is, f of c is supremum value of f of x on closed interval a to b, and f of d is small m, that is, infimum value of f of x on closed interval a to b. Now we consider two cases. First, capital M is equal to small m, that is, supremum value of f of x on closed interval a to b is equal to infimum value of f of x on closed interval a to b. Second case is capital M is different from small m, that is supremum value of f of x on closed interval a to b is different from infimum value of f of x on closed interval a to b. So we prove the result of Rolle's mean value theorem in these two cases. So let us begin with the first case. Suppose that capital M is equal to small m, that is supremum value of f of x on closed interval a to b is equal to infimum value of f of x on closed interval a to b. This is possible only when function is constant. For example, if f of x is 4 for all x in closed interval a to b, then supremum value of f of x is 4 as well as infimum value of f of x is also 4 on closed interval a to b. That is, f of x is constant k for all x in closed interval a to b, and if function is constant, its derivative is 0. So f dash x is 0 for all x in closed interval a to b. In Rolle's theorem, we have to prove that there exists at least one point C in open interval a to b such that f dash c is 0. And in this case, derivative at all points in closed interval a to b is 0. So therefore, Rolle's mean value theorem satisfied in this case. Let us prove the same result for second case, where capital M is different from small m. So consider case 2. Suppose that capital M is different from small m. Now there are three conditions given in the statement of Rolle's theorem. Third condition is f of a is equal to f of b. Since f of a is equal to f of b, this is given, we cannot have both capital M is equal to f of a and small m is equal to f of a, because if both are equal to f of a, then capital M and small m will be equal. But in this case, capital M and small m are different. So this is not possible that both values capital M and small m are equal to f of a. Therefore, at least one must be different from f of a. That is, either capital M is not equal to f of a or small m is not equal to f of a. So one of the case holds. Now suppose first case holds. That is, suppose that capital M is not equal to f of a. It implies that capital M is different from f of a and capital M is also different from f of b, since f of a is the same as f of b. Now capital M is a supremum value of f of x and f of x attains supremum at x equal to c. That is, capital M is given by f of c. So f of c is not equal to f of a and f of c is not equal to f of b, because supremum value of f of x is given by f of c. It implies that c is different from a and c is different from b. That is, c belongs to open interval a comma b. Note that open interval a to b does not contain a, does not contain b. So c is an element of open interval a to b. Now given that f of x is derivable on open interval a to b, function is derivable on open interval a comma b means derivative of f of x exists at all points in open interval a to b, and c is a point in this open interval. Therefore f dash c exists, that is, f of x is derivable at x equal to c. Now f dash c exists means right hand derivative of f of x at x equal to c exists, left hand derivative of f of x at x equal to c exists, and both are equal, and their common value is f dash c. So this equation holds when we say that f dash c exists. Now what is right hand derivative? F dash c plus 0. The formula is same, limit h tending to 0 of f of c plus h minus f of c upon h. Only the difference is that here we evaluate right hand limit of this expression. Now right hand limit as h tends to 0 means, look at the figure, this is 0, h is tending to 0 from right hand side. So in this case h will be positive. So this is a right hand limit of this expression, denominator is positive, and what is the sign of numerator? F of c plus h minus f of c. Now f of c is capital M, that is supremum value of f of x, and f of c plus h is any other value. Supremum value means it is the largest value of f of x. Since capital M is larger than f of c plus h, the difference is less than or equal to 0. So numerator is either negative or 0 and denominator is positive. So what is the resultant sign of right hand derivative? It implies that right hand derivative of f of x at c is less than or equal to 0. Suppose this is equation 1. Next, what is the left hand derivative of f of x at x equal to c? By definition, it is the same limit f of c plus h minus f of c upon h as h tends to 0. Only the difference is that here we evaluate left hand limit of this expression, that is h tending to 0 from left hand side. Now look at the figure. This is 0. H is tending to 0 from left hand side. So therefore h is negative here. Also the sign of numerator, that is f of c plus h minus f of c, is because f of c is supremum value of f of x and f of c plus h is any other value. So capital M is larger than f of c plus h. So this difference is either negative or 0. Thus numerator is either less than or equal to 0 and denominator is strictly less than 0. So what is the resultant sign of left hand derivative of f of x at c? The resultant sign is this negative with this negative changes to positive, so it is greater than or equal to 0. Suppose this is inequality 2. From equation 1 and 2, right hand derivative of f of x at x equal to c is negative or 0 and left hand derivative of f of x at x equal to c is positive or 0. Suppose this is equation A. Now from equation A, right hand derivative of f of x and left hand derivative of f of x at x equal to c are equal. Since these two values are equal and negative value cannot be equal to positive value, we conclude that right hand derivative of f of x and left hand derivative of f of x both are 0 because they are equal and positive value cannot be equal to negative value. So equality is possible only when two values are 0. Therefore, from equation A, f dash c is 0, where c is a point in open interval a comma b. So which is a result of Rolle's mean value theorem. Consider the closed interval a2 a plus h. Now suppose this is a point A, this is a point A plus h. We now consider values of A plus theta h. For theta equal to 0, theta equal to 1 and theta lies between 0 and 1. Now for theta equal to 0, A plus theta h is A. So we get first point for theta equal to 0. For theta equal to 1, A plus theta h is A plus h. So we get another endpoint of the interval. Now let us consider values of theta in between 0 and 1. For theta equal to half, A plus theta h is A plus half into h. A plus half h is a middle point of this interval. For theta equal to 1 upon 4, a plus theta h is a plus 1 upon 4 h. A plus 1 upon 4 h is this point. So what we observe that for theta equal to 0 we get a, for theta equal to 1 we get a plus h. Endpoints of the closed interval a to a plus h. And if you consider values in between 0 and 1, then a plus theta h is a point in open interval a to a plus h. Now let us write another form of Rolle's mean value theorem. It is a form defined on closed interval a to a plus h. Now what is a statement of Rolle's mean value theorem? If a function f of x is defined on closed interval a to b is continuous on closed interval a to b, derivable on open interval a to b, third condition f of a is equal to f of b, then there exists at least one point C. In open interval a to b such that derivative of f at x equal to c is 0. Now we write same statement on closed interval a to a plus h. So the statement is, if a function f of x is defined on closed interval a to a plus h is continuous on closed interval a to a plus h, second condition, derivable on open interval a to a plus h, and third condition, values of f of x at endpoints are equal. Then there exists theta in between 0 and 1 such that derivative of f at a plus theta h is 0. So the conclusion is same. There exists at least one point C in open interval a to b such that derivative at c is 0. So here open interval is a to a plus h, and if you select theta in between 0 and 1, a plus theta h is a point in open interval. So we are writing the same thing, that derivative of f of x at some point in open interval a to a plus h is 0. So this is another form of Rolle's mean value theorem. Next, list of continuous functions on any interval. First function, polynomial function is continuous on any interval. For example, f of x is x square plus 3x plus 2. This is a polynomial of degree 2 and it is always continuous on any interval. Second, exponential functions are always continuous functions. For example, e to the power x, a to the power x, where base is non-zero, are continuous functions on any interval. Next, trigonometric function. Sin x and cos x are continuous on any interval. Also, other trigonometric functions sec x, cosec x, tan x, cot x are continuous functions on any interval except those intervals where these functions are not defined. For example, sec x is 1 upon cos x. So sec pi by 2 is 1 upon cos pi by 2. Cos pi by 2 is 0, so we get infinity. That is, sec x is not defined at x equal to pi by 2. So therefore, sec x is not a continuous function on any interval containing pi by 2. So these are some continuous functions we require in examples of Rolle's mean value theorem. Example: verify Rolle's mean value theorem for following function. F of x is x square minus 6x plus 5 on close interval 1 to 5. Now what is Rolle's mean value theorem? If f of x is continuous on close interval a to b, second, derivable on open interval a to b, and third condition, f of a is equal to f of b. If these three conditions satisfied, then there exists at least one point C in open interval AB such that derivative of f of x at C is 0. Now in this example, given function is f of x equal to x square minus 6x plus 5, and it is defined on close interval 1 to 5. Now it is a polynomial function, therefore it is continuous on any interval, and therefore it is continuous on close interval 1 to 5. Since f of x is a polynomial function, equation number 1. Next, what is derivative of f of x? F dash x is twice x minus 6. So this derivative exists for all x in open interval 1 to 5. that is f of x is derivable on open interval 1 to 5. Suppose this is equation 2. Third condition, show that values of f of x at endpoints are equal. Value of f of x at x equal to 1 is 1 square minus 6 into 1 plus 5. So we get 6 minus 6, it is 0, and value of f of x at x equal to 5 is 5 square is 25 minus 6 into 5 is 30 plus 5. So 30 minus 30, so this value is also 0. Thus, values of f of x at endpoints are equal. So from equation 1, 2 and 3, all three conditions of Rolle's mean value theorem satisfied. On close interval 1 to 5. So when conditions satisfied, what is a conclusion? Therefore, there exists at least one point C in open interval 1 to 5 such that f dash C equal to 0. Now we have to verify Rolle's mean value theorem. So for verification, what we will do, we will find the value of C and we will show that this value of C belongs to open interval 1 to 5. So to find C, now f dash x is twice x minus 6 from equation 2. Therefore, what is f dash c? It is twice c minus 6, and therefore f dash c is 0, implies that twice c minus 6 is 0. It implies that twice c is 6. So c is 6 by 2, that is 3. Therefore c is 3. And this value of 3 belongs to open interval 1 to 5. So Rolle's theorem satisfied for this point c equal to 3 in open interval 1 to 5.